This video describes how a potentiometer works and a couple situations on how you might use one in the 123D circuit simulator. So here we have a potentiometer, and it's easy to find in the Components Plus window. There it is. And you may have noticed that mine is upside down, and that's okay, it works in any orientation. Let's start the simulation, and you'll see that I have two multimeters hooked up, and they're both set to measure resistance. And a potentiometer is essentially a variable resistor. It has three terminals, terminal 1, terminal 2, and in the middle is called the wiper. Now I have the multimeter set up to measure resistance, so the one on the right is measuring the resistance between terminal 1 and the wiper, and the one on the left is measuring the resistance between terminal 2 and the wiper. And as we turn these, we see that the values are changing. And as I go clockwise like this, the resistance on the left is going down and the right goes up. And conversely, if I turn it counterclockwise, the resistance on the left is going up and the resistance on the right is going down. And you'll see that they always add up to 1K ohm, or 1,000 ohms. If we stop the simulation and we click on the potentiometer, we come over and we see, okay, this is potentiometer number 1, and it's set to 1,000 ohms. And that's the same as if I was to delete this and say 1 kilo ohm. Let's start the simulation again. So let's try that again. So we turn this, it's always going to add up to 1,000. If we put it right in the middle, we have 500 and essentially 500. Now let's take a look on the inside of a potentiometer. And here we have what looks like a round loop of resistors, terminal 1, terminal 2, and a wiper. So if we were to move the potentiometer to roughly that position, we'd see 700 and 300, just like this, 700 and 300. And those values are coming from 100, 200, 300 on the right, and 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 on the left. It adds up to 1,000. If I was to stop this, delete it, and we'll essentially move the wiper to the center, and we'll start the simulation again, we'll get 500 and 500. And we can replicate that by moving the wiper straight down, 500 and 500. So that's how a potentiometer works on